would you say that your kind of relationship with the audience changed once you switched from, because I think one of the first videos I watched was like a music video, and for some reason I'm thinking of the Santa Monica Pier or the beach, I don't know, or maybe it was a 24-hour challenge, I don't know. You guys did like really big projects.
Yeah, we tried a lot of things.
Back when everyone was just kind of a talking head, so that was one of the reasons it stood out. But do you think that the relationship with the audience changed once Good Mythical Morning was launched?
Yeah.
That's
and
like the big...
Well, and it was, the precursor to Good Mythical Morning was Good Morning Chia Lincoln, which was 2011, I think, which was, we're still in North Carolina at the time. This is before we moved out here. And we said, hey, let's do like a daily something, but we're not going to do a daily vlog or like let people into our lives and our homes and see our wives and kids and stuff. Let's just do something. We sit down at a desk, a card table every single day, and just the conversation that we were having when we were coming in together, stop that conversation and then have it on camera.
5 days a week.
10 minutes or so. And the show will only last as long as this Chia Lincoln is alive. So we had like an Abraham Lincoln Chia pet in the middle, which is about 40 days, it turns out. I think we probably went about 10 days over, and it was just sort of like dead Chia for at least a week and a half.
Pretty good.
I mean, the reason why we did it that way was because we were like, okay, if this sucks, if this fails, we're building it in a fail-safe. At the top, we're saying, okay, this is going away when this Chia pet dies. So that way we don't have to say, this is going away because no one cares, is what we were thinking.
But it was our answer to what Shay and Charles were doing in having this daily video. And we were like, oh man, this is, that seems to be really working, and it seems like they're really connecting with their fans. But
it was more of a show, like
what
you were doing even then, which was every day, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe like sometimes I talked about stuff, and then sometimes I just looked like I had a weird fever dream and I just went on like a weird rant. But yeah, I mean, it was close to daily because that was the winning model then, right? You were just constantly there. Back then it was also like you had top rated, it was like top rated, top comments, top whatever, whatever system you could try and game to get in front of more eyes. Right. And yeah, I mean, and to a certain degree, I feel like daily is still incredibly strong, but I feel like creators that post once a week or once a month aren't, and I could be saying this and it's completely wrong, but it feels like you're penalized less. Like what I've found is even with these podcasts, 75% of the views come like 6 days after. It's a very different world than my daily show. But also,
I think so.
Do you guys experience that? Because you have very shareable content, and it's like I want to ask, how do you know how you're hitting the trending page so often? Because I'm like, I constantly see your faces, and I'm like, they have figured out the special formula.
Bribery.
That's what it is.
There's no bribery, but it's weird. But it's a weird thing to respond to. Yeah, we do know, and we talk about it internally, and I mean, we celebrate it with the team because
we do know what we know that we're hitting it, and we know how we're hitting it.
We know that we are. Are you asking how?
No, there's
do you know how?
There's no there, and for good reason, I guess. There's really no transparency in terms of exactly how it works. I mean, our best guess is that it's a combination of an algorithm suggesting a video and then someone making a curation decision.
Oh, okay.
That's my best guess. And so, yeah, the interesting thing is that in one sense, it is like this, we know we're kind of the poster boys of the trending page and sort of the why are these guys always trending that question? Because it isn't, because our videos if you look at the trending page, most videos will have more views than what we've got up there, right?
Sure.
But I think that, again, this is all speculation. Because we upload at the same time every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern time every single day, and you don't really have to be subscribed to know that it takes off really, really quickly. And I think the algorithm just interprets it as a lot of people are interested in this video, even if it's our Good Mythical More, which is our sort of like second channel show after the show that may get 200,000 or 300,000 views. A lot of times that video will also trend, and sometimes it'll trend before the main episode.
Oh, wow.
And so I think it's just based on, it gets thrown into the system and they're like, oh yeah, Rhett and Link, they're brand safe. Put them up there.
That's the other thing. I don't know, but I think that there's some sort of a white listing where you have a heightened eligibility to be on the trending page based purely on just brand friendliness. You know, that's what they care about the most, right? They got to get the brands involved. And if they know consistently, I mean, we got 1,700 episodes of GMM. And if you know, especially over that track record, they can trust that, okay, we're not going to do anything to invite backlash from brands.
Sure. Yeah, I was always interested. I think there was probably a period, I think it was probably when you had your YouTube original show that I was like the most annoyed isn't the right word. Annoyed isn't the right word, but like it would be a word that I don't use in my daily life. The most butthurt.
There's probably a German word for it. They have words for things.
I
like
remember
that.
when the homepage was dominated by Epic Mealtime.
Oh yeah,
and
AMC, man.
I just remember being very butthurt, I guess you would say, just frustrated, because it's like you don't know. There's no playbook that's published. It's like, oh, this is how you get here, and it worked entirely differently then. But I do know the feeling, and I think that's why it's, you know, I feel a little weird when we're on trending so much. I haven't complained to anyone,
but I will
it's like that
also
weird
say,
thing, you know, yeah.
I will also say, and you tell me, because you get up there.
I pop up there every now and then. Like, but sometimes there are like these 2-month droughts, and then out of nowhere,
all of a sudden, right? Do you like our experience is that? And again, I think this just might be based on how consistent the audience is. I don't know what the percentage uptick is when we're on trending, but
it's not as much as you would.
It is not. Think. It's not transformational
unless you're top 2. It's not transformational. No,
it's not.
It just means, if anything, it's just like, okay, it's kind of a heightened, you're hitting recommended a decent amount. Right? I mean, I remember definitely when you were 1 or 2, that was game changing. That was, like that was when anyone could blow up, like, and now it's such an outlier, like Janelle Eliana, who blew up with the van life video. It was like to the point that people were like, this can't be real. And then she got a Pixel sponsorship, and I was like, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm watching too many conspiracy videos.
Right.
But for your content, I know that you've talked about like gamifying the content. Can you expand on what that means?
You mean in terms of the formatting, or in terms of seeing YouTube as a game? Because
which is more interesting to you?
Because both apply.
Okay.
Because the title and the thumbnail, you know this as well as anybody.
It's king, yeah.
And so the system that we've sort of engineered to, optimize that. And I don't know if we do A/B testing. A lot of times people will see this, and the fans who come early will be like, why did the title change? Why did the thumbnail change? And it's like, we've got somebody looking at the early returns on every video and then pulling the trigger if it doesn't perform above average and immediately swapping out either the thumbnail or there's a backup thumbnail, there's a backup thumbnail. And so it's like, because that's the point of decision, right? That's what people are looking at and reading in order to make their decision. So,
and then it impacts the next episodes that we greenlight, because you start to understand how much, I mean, if we feature a certain brand in the thumbnail, but it's the same format as we did a month ago. If it's Taco Bell versus KFC, it's like, and that's not one video, that's comparing 2 different videos. It's like, you can see, okay, for some reason people care more about Taco Bell. So is there something else we should do there? It's a pretty scientific approach, but like gamifying within an episode, and that happens a lot more on our show now, is so that we can just stroll up, sit down behind the desk, and just go. And so we don't know the specifics of what's happening as much anymore on Good Mythical Morning, so that we can be more reactive and actually be more, just be more honest.
Less in that producerial mode, which it's difficult to really enjoy yourself in the middle of a game, or most stuff.
The games aren't rigged.
Yeah. When you got your producer hat on, in other words, it takes you out of it.
So it's essentially you, in that way, you're talking about, you've essentially turned yourselves into perpetual contestants on a show that you host.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
And we try to put, at this point, there's always stakes. I think that's the thing, is that that's how the content gets gamified. Even if we're doing a will it, we're still trying to answer this question that we hope that somebody watching can relate to. It's like, oh, is that actually going to be good? It's like, so we try to take everything and even other formats that you might see somebody do, like React videos, for example. We don't ever just sit down and watch videos, but we might say, hey, let's look at all these videos. Like we did an episode last year that was like wedding fails or wedding video fail. Oh, gender reveal fails. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And so, but we gamified it. And so you'd pause the video before the fail happened. And then it was a multiple choice. Well, what's going to happen?
Okay. Yeah.
And so, and I don't know if that's just
as opposed to us just watching and commenting on the video.
Well, it's interesting because, there's a few people who are trending all the time now who are just, okay, I'm just going to do commentary on this video. And I at this point, we couldn't go there. I just don't think we could do that. We do that for like our Mythical Society, for basically like our Patreon, members. But
here's another example.
We just couldn't do it on GMM. We had to there's got to be some sort of stakes.
Right. Like a lot of people have read their fan fiction, I think.
Sure.
We have never read our fan fiction on a video. I never read our fan fiction at all.
Right.
Rhett seems to be really into it. I don't know what's up with that. He can speak for himself.
I don't know how you got
but
that
I'm not going to
impression.
stop talking, so he's not going to be able to get a word in.
Am I wrong in the belief that it's mainly between you two?
It turns out that it is.
Okay.
Entirely.
Sometimes there's somebody between us, literally. Okay. Sometimes it's a threesome. Sometimes it's just the two of us.
I don't understand completely the psychology associated with it, but when we finally were convinced to read our fan fiction on the show, and as of this recording, this episode's not out yet. But we decided to gamify it, so it wasn't just let's read and cringe, but let's make it where they divided up each fan fiction story, and whenever we couldn't keep reading, we would lose a point.
Okay.
Or if you couldn't read it without reacting, without cringing or laughing, or you had to read with a straight face, and every story got more and more
detailed.
There was a jar of peanut butter at one point.
Oh gosh,
I haven't had peanut butter since I read it.
It was that detailed.
I just been having jelly sandwiches, man, because I cannot look at peanut butter the same way.
Oh
after
man,
this story.
Let's talk about something else.